I was really excited when I heard they were making Paper Towns a movie because I love John Green. My little sister and I are like huge fans, and so I was really excited about the project, and the book really meant a lot to me, and the message of the book, and you know how it looks at each character as a complex individual person and not just as a stereotype, was something I really connected with, and I really related to Lacey. So I was really excited to be able to like get to bring her to life and be a part of this project that meant so much to me personally. I love John's writing style. I mean, when I read Paper Towns, I expected it to take like a week. I had like a week of vacation time, and I was like, this is the book I'm going to read. And it took me one day, and I think he just hooks you. And he writes and develops these really well rounded characters that at this age it's really hard to find. You don't find a lot of teenage roles that are really complex and multifaceted, and he does a really good job at like bringing that to light, and that this age isn't all about one thing, but it's about everything happening to you at once, and it's like crazy, and it's happening for the first time, and it's exciting. But I think he really captures the spirit of that age, which is amazing. If you haven't read the book, Paper Town is a fake town that map makers used to put on their map as kind of like a copyright. Because before we had Google and the internet and everything, it was really an art form. And so if they would see this paper town pop up on someone else's map, they would know they stole your drawing. And so to me, it was kind of like a symbol for not everything's as it appears. People aren't the way they seem, and that's really what stood out for me the most. Q and Margot are neighbors, and they grew up together and were best friends. And once they get to high school, they go their separate ways. Margot becomes a popular girl and one of my best friends. I play Lacey. And Q kind of sticks with like the quieter crowd, the band geeks, and basically in two separate worlds. And when Margot goes missing, Q and I find each other because we both care about her and want to find her, and kind of end up going on this road trip together with his two best friends, Ben and Radar, and Radar's girlfriend Angela, and all get to know each other and really become friends on this journey to find Margot. So Margot really brings us together, even though she's missing. Lacey is perceived as, the pretty girl in school and the popular girl, and so a lot of people see nothing but her appearance. And what I fell in love with when I was reading the book was how Lacey is not that at all, and she wants to be seen for more, and she's actually really smart, and she's going to Dartmouth, and it's not all about popularity for her. And as the movie progresses, she kind of comes out of that shell and is able to show that side of herself when she befriends Ben and Q and Radar, who she would never have been friends with before, but is kind of like ready to show that side of herself to everyone. And it really grounds her, it makes her really relatable, and that she has heart, and she's not as superficial as people see her to be. I love the Ben-Lacey relationship so much. I mean, I think it's so fun to see them go from not at all friends, and she's kind of like weirded out by how forward he is and like out there and crazy. And then what I really love is on the road trip, how Ben, they have this moment where they're sitting on the side of the road, and Ben sees Lacey for something more than her looks. They have a conversation where he literally says, you're really pretty, and I always knew that, but until this trip, I never realized that you're so much more than that, and you're actually a really good friend to Margot. And I think that's when Lacey really falls for Ben in a really friendly way. Like, they don't fall in love. They have this connection because he just sees her as a person. I think she is a perfect fit for Margot. I think she is a little bit of Margot. Not the end of the movie Margot, but definitely the beginning of the movie. Crazy, wild, fun. Has all these like fun ideas for us to do, and just also like really nice to talk to, and hang out with. And she nails it. She totally gets Margot, and it's so fun to watch because it's such a fun character. Austin Abrams plays Ben, and I love Austin. He actually made Ben into something so much more in my mind than I had pictured before I got to set and I knew who was playing him. And I think that's insanely cool, and it shows a lot of talent, and to put a spin on a character that I didn't really expect, but I think actually works a lot better than what I had seen in my mind. And it's so fun to work with him. To have John on set is really amazing because obviously this came from him and it was like his child, and so like whenever you have a question about something, you go to him. Whenever something is right, he knows it and he'll tell you, and it feels really good to know that like you're kind of helping his vision come to life. And it's also really great because he's also very open-minded. Like, he's not stuck on anything in the book. He's really open to changes and to how a scene is going and changing it so that it works a little bit better. And he's also just really funny and really smart, So I think having him around, it just brings like everyone's level like up to here. It's amazing. I love Jake Schreier. I mean, I knew from the minute I had met him in my audition that he was someone I had to work with. He's so smart, and he has such a clear vision for this movie. He knows every shot, everything he wants to do. And I always say, like, it feels like he's directed 100,000 movies, He sets that tone on set that makes everyone want to be the best they can be.